Let's talk about how to maximize your profits with Airbnb Arbitrage. The first thing I want you guys to understand is exactly how Airbnb Arbitrage works and why this is the most effective way to replace a 9 to 5. Airbnb Arbitrage is the process where you rent properties from an owner and with their permission, we launch it as an Airbnb. So imagine I rented a property for $3,000 a month on a 1-year lease. But then I was able to generate $6,000 a month on Airbnb, maybe by charging $300 a night, 20 days gets booked, that's $600. And after I pay my cleaning fees, my utilities, and the rent, the difference is my profit. And the goal, of course, is to make $2,000 in positive cash flow from each Airbnb. Now, I know most of you are probably thinking, well, Jorge, why wouldn't the landlord just do it themselves? Think about it like this. 95% of people in the US are employees. Again, 95% are employees and only 5% are entrepreneurs. And 95% of people who are employees also have an employee mindset. And those 5% of entrepreneurs have an entrepreneurial mindset. So most landlords have an employee mindset. They don't know how to do marketing or sales or how to hire, how to delegate, how to build a team and a system. They don't have that experience because most of them, believe it or not, are actually 9 to 5ers. There's more property owners who are employees than there is property owners who are full-time entrepreneurs. Think about it like this. When you go to your favorite restaurant, the people who own that restaurant typically do not own the real estate. The people who own the business, and the person who owns the real estate own the real estate. And you're never gonna see the person who owns the real estate be like, you know what, man, I think I'm just gonna do this restaurant business myself because I can make way more money, right? Think about it. Like running a restaurant is a operation intensive business. Operating short-term rentals is an operation-intensive business. There's ongoing cleaning, maintenance, communications. You're going to have anywhere from 4 to 8 check-ins and check-outs per month, which means you got 4 to 8 cleanings per month, maybe maintenance multiple times a month. Obviously, if you automate the business correctly, you can turn this Airbnb operation-intensive business into a mostly passive business. But the point is, it does require a lot of work, and these landlords, they just want what we call mailbox money. That is why they don't do it themselves. Now, in order to find and analyze the right properties, my recommendation is that you use AirDNA. AirDNA has a little section called the rentalizer, and you can copy and paste an address of the property that you want to utilize for Airbnb arbitrage. And the purpose of using this rentalizer is so that it can give you the projected revenue for the next 12 months. It's going to look at the performance of other Airbnbs that are similar in bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, location, amenities, and the amount of guests that you host. So if you're going to be renting a property for, say, $3,000 a month, and AirDNA is projecting that you can make $6,000 a month, then that is a no-brainer. Now let's talk about developing an effective pricing strategy in order to maximize your revenue and ultimately your profit. I'm a big fan of utilizing softwares like Price Labs and Beyond Pricing because typically they look at airlines, hotels, other Airbnbs and events in the area, and they will adjust your pricing based on the supply and demand for whatever calendar dates it is. And typically, with Beyond Pricing, which is what I've been using, and you're gonna set up a base and a minimum. So your base price is what is the actual nightly rate that you hope to get on a nightly basis. Let's say it's $400 a night. And then you have the minimum amount, meaning what is the lowest nightly rate that you are willing to take if it is like short notice and during the week. And let's say that next week on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you have a vacancy. It's unlikely that someone is going to book those dates at full price at the $400. So if you have your minimum set up at like $150 or $200, there's a high possibility that somebody will book it at that lower rate. And if you add that up over time and you have 3 or 4 of those bookings per month, you're talking about over $1,000, maybe even $2,000 of additional bookings that you would have not gotten in the first place. Now let's talk about managing the day-to-day operations and communication. What I like to do is set up a Slack or a WhatsApp group When you have one or two, WhatsApp works. Once you get to above 5 units, 5 different Airbnbs, you want to create a Slack group because you're going to create like a workplace, right? Let's say the name of your company is ABC Short-Term Rentals. And under the workplace, you're going to have all these channels, and each channel is a property. So you name channel number 123 Main Street. That's, one Airbnb. And then property number 2 is like XYZ Follow Street, whatever. And so each channel is a property, and inside each channel you add whoever's involved for that property. Because let's say you have one property in Los Angeles and property number 2 is in Texas, right? Somewhere in Texas, maybe Austin, Texas. And so whoever the cleaner is, the maintenance, the virtual assistant, the manager, unless it's you, if you have any business partner, you would add all those people into that channel to streamline communications. Now let's talk about the legal part of the business, right? You want to make sure that you check with the building department of that city in order to verify if you can operate a short-term rental in the first place. Because even if AirDNA says you can make double or triple whatever your rent is going to be, it's pointless if you can't get a permit, if you're not allowed to operate. So that should be the first thing you should do, is get in contact with the building department in that city and ask them if you can operate a short-term rental. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, that notification, and make sure you guys like the video because it definitely helps get more eyeballs on these videos. And before you guys go anywhere, check out one of my other videos here and check out all the links down below. In the links, you're gonna find an option where you can check out some of my free weekly webinars, or where you can actually book a call with my team and see if we can help you build a 6-figure Airbnb business without owning real estate. See you on the next one.